Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of our training, and today we're going to be discussing some key elements to upgrade your camera professionalism level and also to help you become a better content creator in 2025. First thing on my list today is going to be the type of camera to use, and I'm talking about your mobile phones, and I'll be circling it down to just two major phones, the iPhone and the Samsung. These two phones are great devices that you can use in getting quality videos, good pictures, proper lighting. Here we have the Samsung S10 Plus and we have the iPhone 13 Pro Max. These two phones are both flagship phones, but with great knowledge of photography or videography, you'll be able to make use of these devices to achieve a very wonderful video or picture for your business. Now, aside these two devices, that is these two brands, we have other brands that can also give you the quality and the perfect videos you need for your phones, and we have the likes of Xiaomi, OnePlus, Google Pixel. We also have the likes of Tecno, Infinix. With proper lighting, you get good videos out of them. That is the high-end budget phones. These are for the devices. Now, starting with the iPhone, there is a major setting on the iPhone that a lot of people ignore, which will help you take good videos or pictures. For the iPhone, once you open the camera app, what you will see is this. You see your video, portraits. For those using the 13 Pro Max support, you get to see cinematic mode and the rest. But for the normal video, you would see a default setting of HD 30 FPS, which we would need to change. This HD 30 FPS means the amount of pictures captured in a frame. The higher it is, the more smoother the video goes. See the way I'm shaking this now. Once I switch to 60 FPS, it gets smoother. Now, to make this setting permanent, we will need to go to the phone setting itself. If you can't find the camera on this bar, you just have to go to the search button and type camera. When you click on it, you're going to see everything here. So for recording video, you will change from the default 1080p 30 fps on your iPhone to the 1080p 60 fps. So that gives you, if your phone can shoot up to 4K 60 fps, that's also good. But just know that the higher the resolution, the higher the space your phone videos is going to take. If you're shooting on 4K, your phone will have issues with storage memory because the files are always large for 4K videos. So we'll leave it at 30 frames, 60 fps at 1080p. That's the settings for the iPhone. Now onto the Samsung. Once you open the camera app, what you get to see defaultly is the photo bar, the portrait mode, the video mode, the portrait video, that's from S10 series upward. And on the more bar, you're going to see pro video, single take, and a few other things that you can use. So what we need to do on this one, we don't need to go into any phone settings. Everything is here already on the camera app for you to do. The first things first, your phone might be shooting on Full HD 30 fps or Full HD 60 fps. So what you need to do is just to set your camera to Full HD 60 fps. You have the option of auto stability to make your video very stable when you're shooting. But this one is limited to 30 frames Full HD. Once you've set this on your camera, you're good to go. The most interesting part is when your phone can shoot on portrait mode. For the iPhone 13 Pro Max, it can shoot on cinematic mode, while from the Note 10 upward and the the S20 series, you can get portrait video for your phone. Another setting you need to know about is how to maintain the brightness on your video while shooting. A lot of people shoot videos and when they change location of the light, the video actually gets overexposed or underexposed. Usually even outdoors or sometimes indoors. When shooting your subject, be it indoor or outdoor, you need to check for this. When you tap on your screen, it picks a brightness. If you pick on the brighter side, your subject is going to be darker, but if you pick on your subject, the background will be even. So what you need to do to keep a perfect brightness, to maintain one brightness, is to tap on the subject and press this yellow button down until it shows this way. Once you've done that, whether the light goes off or you change location, this brightness is going to stick there. So if you have to bring back the light on, you won't have issues setting up the brightness anymore. This is for the iPhone. Same thing applies to the Android also. Once you tap on a brighter location, every other thing that is not bright will get dark. But when you click on the subject, you have a balanced brightness. So all you need to do is to click on this lock icon here and the brightness has been locked. So whatever you do, you don't have any issues with the brightness going up and off. One other thing you get to benefit from this is the fact that you can focus on the person's face or the subject's face. Could be a person, could be an object, but that lock on feature helps you focus on it. So you don't get to lose focus, probably the camera focusing on the background or something else on the foreground. Setting that focus, you can use it to pin where you want your camera to actually look at without losing focus. So that also helps beyond the brightness stability. You can also use that to focus on your subject. Next on our list now is how to take great photos with your phone, and I'll be demonstrating this using the Samsung and the iPhone. You can also take great photos with other brands of Android like the Xiaomi, the Redmi, Google Pixel and the likes, but for this video I'm using Samsung and iPhone. And mind you, while taking pictures, you need proper lighting. It's fine to take pictures under the basic light you might have at home from the ceiling, but then if you don't have a proper lighting, you'll be struggling with noise in your photos. So there are two ways to get proper lighting. One is from the natural light, which is outdoor, using the sun, or artificial light like your LEDs. We have a course already where you can get to know which light to buy for proper video or picture capture. So now, let me demonstrate how to take good photos using either of these phones or any other phones you have to dispose of. So starting with the iPhone, once you get into your camera app, like I said before, you see a lot of bars for you to pick an option from the photo, which has the 1x, 0.5, 3x to the portrait. So I usually advise to take pictures on the portrait if you are using indoors or you want to take someone close-up shots. So to take a great picture in this setting, I've already mentioned it before that you need perfect lighting. So if you're using an iPhone, once you open the camera and you go to the portrait mode, you see this F button right here. When you click on it, you have the option to increase your aperture or you reduce it. Usually I like using 2.8 because it gives you a blurry background. After that, you get to increase. If your lighting is not so perfect, you can increase your exposure to 0.3 or 0.7. This gives you a very bright picture. And finally, what you need to do now is to pick your angle. Using these grid lines in the screen, you can set your subject in the middle using this grid line in the screen. So once you've set your subject in the middle, all you need to do is now to take a picture. And this is what you get as a result for the iPhone. For the Samsung or any other Android phone, once you open the camera app, you usually get the options of portrait, you get the options for normal photo. Once you click portrait, some phones have the options for 2x and 1x, even up to 3x. Samsung has various bokeh options for you. You get the color point, which makes every other thing black and white, leaving only the subject with the color, or this bokeh effect that makes it look like a dreamy effect, or the spiral effect, or you can also use this big circle effect, but usually the normal one to use is the blur effect. So once you do this, you put this grid line on the screen, helps you to position your subject in the middle. So what you need to do is to set your phone camera using the grid line to measure the point where your subject is supposed to stay in the picture. Then you can increase or decrease the bokeh effect on your Samsung or any other Android device, and then you snap. After it has processed, you get a quality picture like this. You can also do this for your products and any other photography you like to do. You can also use these settings for outdoor. All you need to do is just to make sure that your brightness and exposure is around the same level. To avoid being a boring videographer or a boring photographer for your products in the year 2025, you need to know how to use camera angles. If you are used to just taking pictures like this, carrying your phone out and just snapping directly, you will be having uninteresting pictures or videos. But then, knowing camera angles that is taken from the top, from the side, from below, you can get good videos, good point of views for your videos, and also get good pictures that are not just the regular that you see everyone taking on the beach or on their picnic. So I'll be showing you some camera angles and how to take them with your devices. Now for this video, these are the kind of angles you should take your pictures from. Remember, to get a great photo, you should be taking the pictures, be it using the normal photo camera where you get to use the 0.5, the 1x or the 3x. You can also use the portrait mode. But if you're taking a picture just straight, you might not be getting something quality. But if you want to take something nice, that's eye-catching, then you can take angle shots like this from below the subject. Alright. And remember, using the grid lines on your camera, you get to pick some very wonderful angles. Yes. You can also pick from the side. Don't be limited by your environment. You can take pictures from above while your subject is looking at you. This works for both human and inanimate objects also. And you can also take very close shots, focusing on the subject's face. If you check these pictures now, you see they are different from your regular pictures that you take on a normal day. And you can also do this for videos also. But this time, you will be moving. Thanks to the stabilization on these two phones, you'll get some pretty stable videos when you are taking them. So now, if you are shooting for your brand or you want to explain something, you shouldn't just stand still using your tripod and just making it look blank. We have different type of angle shots. You can take, they call this panning. Panning is when you move from one angle to the other while holding your camera and tilting it to focus on the face of your subject or on your object. That's if you're shooting for a product, and you get something like this. Then you can also do reveal shots where you get to shoot from a space where your subject is not showing. I'm going to be using this table where your subject is not showing, then up to reveal your subject. Don't be a boring videographer this 2025. One other shot you can take is close-up shots. This one has to do with you focusing very closely on the subject. Be on just the eyes, you don't need to move. Yes, this is a close-up shot. Yeah, so everything I just showed you and demonstrated is what you can use your phone to achieve, be it the iPhone or the Android. Provided you have a good camera, proper lighting, you're good to go. I hope these settings help you to advance your photography and videography journey in 2025. And please do well to practice. If you don't practice these things, you won't get to see the result. The more you practice, the better you get at it. So let this 2025 not become another year to pass by for you in your photography and videography journey. Nobody is buying phones for show anymore. If you have good devices, make sure they are bringing back results to you. See you in the next training.